to today's video. So in today's video I'm finally showing you the naturalistic setup I've made for my mice. So if you're not familiar with this cage, this is the IKEA detolf. This is originally a display cabinet from IKEA, but it's commonly also used as an enclosure for mice and hamsters, and it works really well because you can give them so much space. So if you're not familiar with my channel or my animals, I have 8 female mice who will be living in here. The detolf can hold about 10 to 12 females, but 8 is definitely my limit, and I'm just really excited. I think they're going to really love it. So there's definitely a lot of benefits of having a naturalistic setup, whether it's for your mice or your hamsters. The biggest one is the fact that they can express their natural behaviours like digging and foraging, so I'm really glad that my mice can now do that in their new enclosure. So without further ado, let's have a more detailed look at what's inside. Just before I start, just in case you were wondering, they do still have wheels. Those will be going in after I've filmed all this because they are bright pink, and that is definitely going to ruin the look. I know you can get wooden wheels, but you do have to treat those because if they pee on them they do go really gross, so I wasn't at the moment ready to spend all the money on buying them new wheels when they had 2 perfectly good ones. So the wheels are bright pink and I'm going to put them in at the end because they definitely do not go with the theme at all. So the first thing worth mentioning is the background. This is a fish tank background and I just attached it with some double-sided tape. I spent ages trying to find a nice background, but most of them had fish on or water, which obviously didn't fit the theme. This one was a bit more expensive than most aquarium backgrounds, but I really wanted a jungle themed one and I'm really happy with it. I think it fits in really well, so it was definitely worth however much I spent on it. So starting on the left hand side, this is the digging area. This has cocoa soil in the bottom and I put this in a few weeks ago and planted some millet seed, and as you can see this has grown like crazy. So I'm not expecting this to last very long. The mice will eat it and trample on it, but that is what it's there for. I just think it looks really cute. So attached to the left side is a water bottle. This is attached with industrial velcro, and then beneath that is just a willow trellis that I've put there to kind of hide how white this bit is. Below that is a bendy bridge with some millet in it, and then also we have a bendy ladder up the top, and then we also have this wooden climbing frame at the front. The best part of this to me is the tunnel system we have. This goes all the way underneath all of the bedding here and comes out here. So moving on, dividing the 2 sections is just another bendy bridge, and then we have this wood. I'm not too sure what type of wood this is, but this just comes all the way over, and then this is dried willow that I got from outside. This is perfectly safe to use with mice, so I've just put that there, and then there's also some herbs sprinkled around there as well. So at the front is 2 pieces of rock, and then on top of that is their water bowl. Hi! I prefer to give them a water bowl and water bottles just in case either or stops working, but I do find they do prefer drinking out of the water bowl, and that does get filled up with bedding quite quick, so I do replace that daily. Probably the most exciting thing in here is this multi-chamber hide. A few of you have given me a few suggestions of how to modify this so that it doesn't get gross over time, so I'm really thankful for that, but for now I've just left it as it is, and then inside it has all the different sections and then some softer bedding for them to sleep in as well. So moving on over is the other end of the tunnel system I mentioned. This isn't the most natural looking thing ever, so I've just covered that with hay, and then above this is another bendy ladder. In front of all this is a cork log. This goes all the way down to the other side, and this is just resting on top of a half log which has some moss on the top as well. In this middle section we have a willow tunnel, and I've just scattered a few more herbs around that. Next to that we have another cork tunnel with some willows sticking out the top. This goes all the way back into this ceramic planter. This does have a hole, like an entrance hole, at the front which you can't see, and then it has some more millet sticking out the top too. Lastly we have this big grass nest which I've surrounded with a bunch of hay, a wooden log which is buried in there, another water bottle, and then some willow sticks that I collected from outside at the back. So starting at the top we have this seesaw rope. I've zip tied this to the sides, and this just goes the whole way along the whole cage. And then hanging from the lid on the right hand side is this coconut which just screws to the top, and inside this is just some dried moss to use as bedding. And I've also hung this mini rope ladder on there as well. So hanging from the lid on the left hand side is this wooden ladder, and then the rest of the lid I've kept pretty bare because I need to easily be able to open it and access their water to change it every day. So that is everything that is in the naturalistic enclosure. Now it's time to put the girls in. is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the naturalistic enclosure. The girls are really enjoying living in there, which is great. If you want to see more videos like this one, please make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!